I've been telling you guys for months that Man Singleton is an elite route runner that can run his ass off, and the coaches just proved me right.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host, and this is Locked On West Virginia, baby, where we're talking about the West Virginia Mountaineers on the football side for this segment. And look, guys, Man Singleton has been killing it, as I have been saying all along. And his coach, Logan Bradley, just proved me right today in a press conference. I'm going to show you guys a couple things here. I'm going to show you my thoughts on Man Singleton early when he committed to West Virginia, talking about his route running, talking about how great he's going to be, in my opinion, at slot receiver. And then we'll play Coach Bradley's, and we'll talk about the future for this kid in the slot receiver room. What do we think about that? I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's roll, baby. Coach said about it, because I think it kind of proves me right, if you want to be honest. I mean, can I be honest? I was right about this. So let's get there really quick. All right. This is me talking about these guys about a couple months ago.
Watch the route he puts on this guy here. Boom. You see how he uses his body to leverage out? He fakes he kind of fakes leverage outwards and then busts that thing in. Boom. Very pretty done. It's very nicely done. Anyways, point is, I love him as a route runner and receiver. I think he's going to be great for us. He has a chance to be even more than great, I think, depending on a few different factors. So I must have missed this one. Here's another one. I mean, he can really fly, guys. So Man Singleton, give him a hand. We'll see exactly what he looks like at the end of the day. I think it's going to be fun to keep track, no doubt. And there's a lot to like there. But he's not the only guy here that I love. Mentioned him first, but that's not necessarily because I think he's first.
So I've always had this feeling about Singleton, right? A guy that I feel like is an elite route runner, a guy that I feel like is, as far as our slot receivers go, the best receiver we have, right? And that's not a knock against anybody. That's just my personal belief. Logan Bradley then said this about Man Singleton today.
Singleton, I call him Man. So you threw me, I'm like Singleton, I'm like, oh, just Smith. But no, Man's been with me every day. Man is awesome. How I see him fitting, anywhere we can, at all points. And like I said, his route running is special. He can do anything.
Any carryover from where he was to what you're doing now?
From where Man came from? Yeah, it's funny. So when he came from at Eastern Michigan, his receivers coach there, that was the first coach I've worked with when I was student assistant in college. So when I got the job here, he was one of the first guys to call me instantly and congratulate me. And he was like, hey, dog, you got Man over there. And this is before I met him. And I'm like, all right. And then he was like, I'm telling you, he's a chill guy, but he's very smarter than what you think. And I got to know Man over the time, one-on-one time with him, and he is very smart. He can get on that board and draw up every position. I mean, not just the slot and the outsides. He's going to draw up the running back, what he's doing. And if it's this cover, he can tell you what the quarterback's supposed to do. So that's what makes him special, too. Like, he's a very chill, laid-back guy. But when you think he's not doing nothing, he's doing something. He knows the playbook like the back of his hand. I'm proud of him.
Outside guys, you cross-training any.
So that's high praise. I mean, you can't even get higher praise than that, I feel like. And he even said something about him a little earlier, I believe.
Or three, but Singleton, what do you see from him?
And unfortunately, this guy asked about the same guy twice. But, yeah, this is the first thing he said about him.
So he hasn't been with me quite, like, consistently like that. But he's going to do some good things, too, Oh, sorry. You said Singleton. I'm thinking of Justin Smith Brown. Sorry. Singleton. I call him Man. So you threw me, I'm like.
Okay. It's back a little ways more, I think, actually.
Here with the old regime, but there's one to Rich Rods could maybe unlock.
He can adjust at any point. he and tell us. He can ask me, "Hey, coach, right then I saw this safety do this nickel do this."
That's
to
how
think
about Gallagher
quick
here
and be able to move quick. And he does that. And Coach Rod, he wants someone who has that hard edge to him and want to be coached hard. And that's right. I think you can push him. Most important play, and he has that mindset. And he understands that. So in this offense, it fits him well.
Yep.
I don't know if he's one of the guys in your three, but Singleton, what do you see from him?
Okay, so maybe that was all he said about Man. But either way, so I've been telling you guys for months how much I really like Man Singleton, and like I even went back to the initial video when he committed and watched it. And I said the same things when he first committed, like just totally blown away by his route running. So why not? Let's do it again. Let's pull back up Man Singleton and do another video on just how good I think he is. Because, like I said a couple times tonight or this afternoon, I don't think people realize how good he really, really actually can be for us. Like I get up here and when I talk about certain players, I'm not blowing smoke. I really do think we have just so much more talent than people realize. So, all right. So, when you look at him, man, he's just one of those guys that from a route running standpoint, from a running standpoint, everything you need, man, he does it so well. He just does. I think are we going to run into the same problem as before, I wonder? Let's see. We got a couple different plays to pick from on him. I think here's one. Outside here. Yeah, that's a great look there. Love the adjustment to the ball. But, I mean, when he sticks his foot in the ground and decides to make a move, it's not just good most of the time. It's elite. He's just that terrific of a receiver as far as routes go. I mean, he can really do it. And after the catch, he makes some terrific moves, And he's on that 4-4, 4-5 line, so he can really, really run too. So there's just so much to him that's good. Like in these plays are just, a lot of what they did there at Hutchinson for him was they would just run him to open space, get him the ball, let him make a move, put him in motion, and that's all their game plan was. But a lot of times, like right there, right, just put him in motion, and he'll make a guy miss or whatever. But when he got to Eastern Michigan, I think it unlocked him even more as a route runner because, like, some of the stuff he does there is redonkulous, right? Like, right off the rip, it's kind of hard to see, but here he is here by the field goal post. Watch this move he puts on the dude, and watch how much separation he gets right here. Boom. One cut, destroyed, And same thing on this play as well. You can tell it's him just by how fast they run, right? Like there he is. That's a great play. Some of these are, unfortunately, the camera make it rougher, but there he fights through and he just gets behind the guy. That looks like more of a busted coverage. Another play from Eastern Michigan. Looks like he's just filming it on his phone, but I'm okay with it. We can definitely still see it, so that's all that matters, I guess. Wish he would have zoomed in a bit on some of these. Oh, he is. Okay. So there's another one, right? Just running between a safety and a corner and scoring. He can do that as well. What I like him is the routes. Like some of these routes are ridiculous routes. If he'll hold the camera together. Yeah, he messed that one up, didn't he? Man, that was such a great route too. Unfortunate. Like if you watch it, it's kind of hard to see, but like he's right there. You can see he makes a great move right there, and there he is popping out from it. And look at this dude. He's over here. Like he really beat him, and then it's just a foot race to the end zone, right? These are D1 corners. Now, that's where he's elite, right? Like, I mean this, elite. I don't care what anybody criticizes me for. I know what I see. And nobody is criticizing me. A lot of times this is just me versus me, right? Like, sometimes I just imagine, like, there's probably somebody out there that thinks I'm – anyway, this first move off the line, you can't coach it better. You almost can't do it better. Like, it's such a quick move off the line. Your head's spinning. That's why you got to put your hands on this guy. Otherwise, he's going to do this to you. Boom. Goodbye. And then cut. What do you do against it? Like, these are NFL level routes. He's just such a good cutter. I can't wait to see this kid play for us, guys. I mean, you see how much separation he's got here from another Division I player. I know it's Eastern Michigan. I get it. It's not cream of the crop always. I'm sure they've got good players at times, but I'm sure this was probably a guy that played for them. The first move gets him 5 yards. The second move gets him 10. There's 5 yard separation, and then the second move here really gets him. Now he's got 15 yards. It's not even close. Eastern Michigan was like, oh, my God, we got a really good player. There he is again. And he just understands routes and concepts and space. Right here. This route was probably designed to cut in right there behind this guy. Probably as a post or something. But he realized, oh, shoot, I might be able to get to the end zone if I just kind of straighten this thing out a little bit. And that's what he did. Well, he didn't straighten it out, but he didn't. I don't feel like he drifted as far as he probably could have. So there's obviously that one. There's a couple more on here that I want to see really quick. Some of them are janky as hell, but you can see them, For those of you listening at home, Man Singleton, I really encourage you to go check him out at Eastern Michigan when he was there to see exactly what West Virginia's got from him, because we got lucky to get this kid. I really do believe it. This is typically the kind of player you see at, other places. Like, we never had a guy like this in the Neil Brown era at all. So, 6-second break, guys. We'll be right back. This is Locked on West Virginia. We'll put a bow on this. All right, we are back here in Locked on West Virginia, guys. Appreciate you very much. I like that he's got the Bible verse up there. That's interesting. So the other guy that he mentioned, though, and somebody we haven't mentioned enough, is Gerard Bowie. Gerard Bowie is a kid that, because he doesn't have a ton of experience, I would say, is somebody that, he's got experience, but nowhere near as much as a lot of the other guys, right? There's a great catch practice the other day. But, he got talked. I mean, if you go back and listen to Coach's press conference, he really glowed about him. First of all, can we pay attention to the Khalil Wilkins release? Straight over the top, right? Over the top, like big over the top. Like, that's as over the top as you can get. It's like throwing darts. And then the release point, and you can see there, it's got a little wobble to it. But, overall, pretty good throw. A little out in front of him. But, the catch. Great catch by Gerard Bowie. He's the other slot guy besides Rodney Gallagher. And if you go look at some of his stuff when he was at Jack State, he made some big plays while he was there. He definitely did. He can play, There he goes to the end zone on that play. But, you go back to some of the stuff he did, even at JUCO, that's just too small to see, unfortunately. Maybe here.
Second down and 10. Magno looks to throw.
Yeah.
Tosses it. Bowie lost the defender. Makes a grab at the 24.
So you can see he's got a little herky jerk to his game as well.
Second down and
I like this first cut, right? This one here. Boom. Nice little cut coming in. We'll take it. Yeah, right over the middle. And there, that's a pretty move, you know? Get off me. He's another guy I believe that Rich Rod brought with him because he's going to contribute. And I do believe he will. I do, as far as like his route tree and his skill level, it's good enough. It's definitely good enough. So we're going to be okay at wideout no matter what. Like I told you guys the other day, wideouts, like, in my opinion, you can make an argument, might be the most talented on the team. So, I mean, it's running back may have been before everybody we lost who we lost. Obviously, if we get Ty Edwards back, then that helps a lot. But Jalen Knighton, that was a huge knock off of the roster, wasn't it? So that's what a lot of people may not want to admit it, but he was steady Eddie, a guy that could have got us 800 yards this year, you know, that could have been a really good player for West Virginia. And unfortunately, we just didn't get to see that come to fruition. And that makes me sad because I think Jalen Knighton is one of those guys that he's already got a national profile about him. And I think he could have definitely, without question, have really upped his status. Now he's in a situation, what's he do now? You know, like he can't play football this year. You know, what's he supposed to do with his life? He couldn't go to the draft because, you know, he was trying to play another year of football. So he's a year behind everything. He doesn't have any tape from this year. Like, overall, man, this just sucks for him. And then Rodney Gallagher, we got to talk about him as well because, and I love, you know, Rodney's had a great camp. A lot of the stuff you see about him is just such great catches and different things that he's done during camp. I do think he'll probably go out as a starter, even over Man in game one, for a couple of reasons. I think he's probably the best blocker of the three. That's number one. Number two, he's probably the strongest of the three, too. And I think he probably does. It just depends on what they need. But I think Rodney is a very steady Eddie kind of guy. And he's also got some shake and bake to his game. Not at all saying he doesn't, but I don't think it's to the level of Man. Now, him and Bowie, he's better than Bowie, I think. But I don't know. I haven't seen enough tape on Bowie to make that judgment. So, you know, I'm not as high on Rod as some other people are, but I don't think he's shit, you know? Like, I think he's certainly – like, it wouldn't surprise me if Rodney Gallagher finished second or third in receiving, but it also wouldn't surprise me if maybe one of the other guys came up and kind of beat him out, like Man, right? And people kind of get on to me because Rodney's been so loyal to us, and he has been, and he deserves it. Like, I hate even bringing the subject up because it feels like it's almost like with Nico, like if you question that he could be replaced, people get really pissed. And that's not what I'm trying to do. But I also understand that Rodney's been super loyal and everything. But, I mean, Man is nothing to play with. They're all going to play. That's at the end of the day. We know that much, right? So I think what we have to do, or at least what I have to do, is accept the fact that they're all going to play. Whoever runs out there doesn't really matter. It's who produces at the highest level, and that's who will stay in the game. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, and for being part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where we talk about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. West Virginia basketball with a huge pickup today. We checked him out earlier. Make sure you go back and watch this if you haven't already. Until then, guys, I appreciate you all for being here. Make sure you check out Locked On Portal, who does just an excellent job, as we all know. Brian Smith does just one of the best jobs in the company. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll do our second video this evening, maybe around 8 o'clock or so, once we get something else to talk about. I have to come up with some ideas. Maybe we'll have some more news. I don't know. But I'll see you then. This episode's over, and I'm out.